Hey, how's it going, everybody? Aaron J. Holt here, and for today's video, I actually wanted to do something a little bit different, because today, January 29th, 2024, marks the 1-year anniversary of my appendix rupturing. Oh my gosh, you guys, I will never forget that day, and so I wanted to tell you guys all about the experience because it was the very first time I ever had surgery. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. So even though my appendix ruptured on January 29th, 2023, everything started the day before on January 28th. Now, at the time, I just felt like I was constipated. I felt some pressure in my lower belly. And I didn't think too much of it at the time because I've been constipated before. And so I thought, oh crap, here we go again, But I didn't think too much of it. I thought, well, I've been through this before. It'll pass. Nothing to worry about. Boy, how I was wrong. So I went to bed that night, and the following morning I woke up. Oh my gosh, you guys. I was in such pain. I would not wish this pain on anyone. I felt like someone was twisting a steak knife around in my guts. And, I woke up and all of a sudden I'm doing a reenactment of The Exorcist, because I'm laying there in bed and writhing in pain. I'm like, and yeah, that looks funny, but at the time it was anything but. Now, it took me 15 minutes just to get out of bed. And once I did, I went to the bathroom because, I thought, I gotta find out what's wrong. I tried going to the bathroom, but that did nothing. And I was like, what the heck is wrong with me? So I live on my family's farm, and my mom was at church that morning. It was a Sunday. And I called her phone, asking her to please, come home. But I got her answering machine because she was driving. She doesn't, answer her phone while she's driving, which is nice and safe. And so I had to wait for her to get home. And I'm just sitting there in the living room in a chair, facing the window that looks out onto the driveway. And, I'm trying not to move as best I can because any movement I make, the slightest movement causes pain. So I'm just sitting there in the chair, rock solid still, just, taking short, shallow breaths. And so finally I see my mom's car pull into the driveway, and I immediately, get up and head out there. I already had my shoes on and I had my coat in my hands, and I'm waving my arms with my coat in my hands, trying to stop her before she goes into the garage. And, thankfully I caught her attention. She rolls down the window. I tell her what's wrong. I say, I'm having severe stomach pains. I need to go to urgent care. And so we got in the car and she took me to the hospital. And one of the downsides of living in rural Minnesota, every back road has potholes. Oh my gosh, you guys. Every pothole, was unavoidable at this point because all the back roads are terrible. And every pothole that we hit, sent a huge spike of pain up through my torso. And I was just like, but we finally made it to the hospital, and my mom dropped me off at the front door so she could go find a place to park and I could go check in. So I went to check in at urgent care, and we got through, all the papers, all that stuff. And finally, they got me into one of the rooms and into a bed, and they actually hooked an IV in me. And this was also the first time I've ever had an IV in my arm. So this was pretty cool. And they hopped me up on painkillers. And so I had to wait for the nurses to come, and, they got everything ready, and they brought me into the next room and they did a CT scan. And I've never done a CT scan either. So this was first for me for everything at the hospital, So they got me onto the bed that would slide into the CT machine. And they told me just, be absolutely still. So I did. And they told me, when to take a deep breath, hold the breath for a while, and then let the breath go. And the CT scan took, images, and they, after that was all said and done, then they got me back into the bed and back into the room where I was. And after so they analyzed it, and they came back and said, yeah, your appendix has ruptured and you're suffering from appendicitis. So good thing, we came right to the hospital. We were right to come to the hospital. And so, and this is kind of ironic because I had to, I actually had to end up waiting. I'm tongue tied right now. I ended up having to wait for 6 hours for surgery because the doctor that was going to perform the surgery was actually all the way in a different city in the middle of another operation. So they couldn't get there, until they were done with that procedure. So I had to wait for 6 hours, just, being on painkillers, just waiting for, the doctor to arrive. And let me tell you something right now, just a little tidbit for all those anti-maskers out there, if I'm able to lay in a hospital bed for 6 hours while awaiting surgery, all the while wearing a mask, let me tell you, you can wear a mask for 30 minutes at Walmart, okay? Just saying. So, I had to wait 6 hours, and so finally, the doctor gets done with his procedure in the other city that he's in, comes to the hospital to do my procedure, and as soon as he arrives, everyone's moving. They're explaining to me what is going to happen. As soon as they get into the operating room, they're going to put the anesthetic in my IV, which will knock me out, and then they're going to do the procedure laparoscopically. And I'll show you the scars, don't worry, it's nothing graphic. It's been a year and they've all healed nicely, But this was my first time getting surgery, so a lot of uncertainty for me. And so they get me in the operating room. They didn't even tell me that they were starting the anesthetic through my IV, because next thing I know, I'm out. I was just out like a light. And next thing I know, I'm waking up in the recovery room, and it feels like it's instant, but in reality, it was like 2 hours later. And so surgery went absolutely fine. There were no complications, thankfully. And so when I was waking up in the recovery room, it really is true that, how certain senses come back first, and then other senses come back afterwards. So the first sense that I got back with the anesthetic wearing off was my sense of hearing. And I heard, the clacking of fingers on a keyboard, and then I finally got enough energy to open my eyes, and I looked over, and the nurse is standing there, typing information into the computer, and so nurse is over there to my right, and then I look over to my left, and my mom is sitting in the corner, and even though I'm still drowsy from the anesthetic, I'm lucid enough to just ask. I was kind of mumbling it, but I was clear-headed enough to go, "Is it done?" And they said, "Yeah, it's done." And I said, Good, yeah. And so then after that, they wheel me into one of the hospital rooms because they wanted to keep me overnight, just to keep an eye on me, just to make sure everything was all right. And then every so often, the doctors would come into my hospital room just to check on me and all that. And it all went good after that. So then the following morning, I was discharged, let's see, I think around 1 p.m., if my memory serves. But I was discharged in the early afternoon. And so I was able to go home the next day, which I'm very thankful for. And so the procedure itself, they did laparoscopically, where they just make a small incision, and they also poke some holes into you, where they stick one of those, cameras that's on a long electrical cord that they can go in, and it's a much quicker job, and it actually heals up a lot faster. And I'll show you the scars. So nothing graphic, but you can see the incision right there. That is where they just made a vertical incision right there, just above the belly button, where they went in to repair the appendix. And then they poked a hole here and here. So nothing, too big, all easy peasy. And they were able to, get it done really quickly, and just 2 hours of surgery, and that's it. And they also had to shave like my whole belly, because I'm a hairy chested person. And so I just found it funny that, when I had to use the bathroom the next morning, I got up and I lifted up my shirt, and I was like, holy crap. Because I'm not used to seeing no hair, on that. And I shaved my belly so you could better see the scars, because by now they have faded, especially the cut that's right above my belly button. That scar in particular has faded quite a bit in a year. But yeah, so there were no complications post surgery, and the following day I got to go home early in the afternoon, and they gave me some pain medications that I took, but ultimately I actually didn't really need them because I didn't really have that much pain. And then I was on bed rest for about a week, and then I was able to return to work, and I was able to return to work, but I couldn't lift very heavy objects for probably another week after that. In addition to returning to work, I was also able to return to the show that I was rehearsing for, Fiddler on the Roof. So I was thankful to just return to life, so quickly, and I really want to thank, all of the doctors, all of the nurses, all of the hospital staff that, helped me through this whole entire process. Because like I said, this was just shy of my 32nd birthday, and it was the very first time I had ever had surgery for anything. So pretty intense, not gonna lie. So I'm very, very grateful to all of the hospital staff for all of their care, how well they did the surgery. They were overall just really, really awesome. So thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. They're the real heroes. I really owe my life to them. But yeah, it was an experience like no other. And quite honestly, I hope I never have to experience pain like that again, because, it was unbearable, you guys. Totally, totally unbearable. Like I said, I wouldn't wish that pain on anybody. It's so horrible. And I could relate to Stephen Colbert, because the late night show host actually recently, his appendix ruptured, and he had to take some time away from his late show in order to have that taken care of. So Stephen Colbert, I know how you feel, my man. I know how you feel. It's a huge pain in the butt. I understand how you feel. So it was quite the experience. It was my first time ever getting surgery, first time having a hospital stay. I've been to hospitals for other family members for a variety of reasons, whether it be visiting a family member who just gave birth, or because a family member had a accident where they had to get surgery. But this was my first time, where I'm the patient. So it was quite the experience. And I gotta say, I'm not gonna lie, I was scared. I was really scared. And hopefully, I won't have too many experiences like that. I know life is unpredictable, and, you can't always help stuff, but I just hope that my medical emergencies are few and far between. Yeah. So yeah, that's my appendix story, guys. Happened 1 year ago today, and it was quite the experience. Whew. Whew. And thanks to all my family, friends, and fans who were wishing me the best and were praying for me every step of the way. And the church that I attend actually made a blanket for me, which I should have gotten it out, but I had it in my closet and it's buried under a bunch of stuff and it would take a while to dig out. So I should have thought of that before I started filming. But yeah, a lot of people, it just, how do I phrase this? Like, I'm just so grateful that, so many people love and care about me, and I want to be them. I want to be there for them too. So I'm very, very grateful. So I'm so grateful, and I love them, and it really is wonderful. Never take the ones you have in your life for granted, guys, because they really are the best. And it's scary how easily and quickly life can change or even end right then and there. So never take anything for granted. That's ultimately what I learned from this whole experience. Yeah. I'm not used to doing blog episodes, so you understand. But yeah, and side note, Pinocchio rehearsals are about to start, so I actually have rehearsals pretty much every day. It's a huge rehearsal schedule, and I also got a few extra days in the week at my work, so between rehearsals and work, I'm not going to have practically any time to film any new playthroughs, any new React videos, any new Try Not to Laugh challenges for the time being, due to my commitment to work and due to my commitment to the Pinocchio show. Although I will be making a video letting you guys know the details of the Pinocchio show, i.e. where, the show is, what times they are, how you can buy tickets, how much the tickets are, etc., etc. Because the Pinocchio show performs the first weekend of April. So we're going to be doing a whole lot of rehearsal between now and then, and the theater season is starting up. So theater shows I have to look forward to this year: Pinocchio, and then I'm auditioning for Charlotte's Web. I might be auditioning for High School Musical. I don't know. I'm filming this the day before I post, so they're going to be announcing it today when I upload. So they had a image of, a high schooler jumping in a high school hallway, and they said, guess the show that we're doing this summer. And I was like, oh, that's High School Musical. That's got to be High School Musical. So perhaps High School Musical, and then I forget, what was that next one? Steve Martin wrote it. The comedian / actor Steve Martin, from Cheaper by the Dozen, and then he has that show with Selena Gomez right now. He wrote a musical, and I cannot for the life of me remember what the name of it is, but that show is also a show I'm looking at for auditioning. And then the last show I'll do for this year, at least auditioning for, will be Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, which is absolutely my favorite Agatha Christie story. So a lot of stuff happening with theater, and I have to delay my audition for Disney Cruise Line for a year. I am not financially ready, and I'm not physically ready. Hopefully this is just like a stopgap in the action, but hopefully I will be ready at the start of next year. So But yeah, a whole lot of stuff is happening, so I really don't have any time to film any new videos, you guys. So I apologize for that. But as soon as Pinocchio is over, then the shows I'll be doing afterwards, rehearsals won't be constant, and I'll be able to film, my videos, whether they be playthroughs or react videos, try not to laugh challenges, because I really want to do more of them, you guys. I'm on the cusp of getting up to 1,600 subscribers, you guys. Come on. This is awesome. I don't want to stop now. So, just letting you guys know that you will seldom see any new videos from me from now until about probably the first weekend of April. So, I know it's going to be a huge hiatus, but all I ask is that you please be patient. I will be back. And, this isn't the end of my channel. I still will be making videos, and I will eventually upload as well. So no worries, you guys. We're just, taking time to do stuff that we have to do, right? Yeah. Because, no way I'm stopping now. All right, guys. Well, we're going on well over 20 minutes by now. So I guess I'll end this video here. So thank you guys so much for listening to my story, and I really appreciate you just taking the time to watch this video. You guys watching my videos really means the world to me, so thank you guys so much. I'll be ending this video here, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know down in the comments below if you've ever had your own experience, whether it be appendix or anything like that, or if you don't want to, then let me know what you would like me to do, whether it's a react video, a try not to laugh challenge, what video game you want me to play through. Just remember, please keep the comments kind. Also, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about my latest videos. Thanks again so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Roll the outro!